Angela Fleischman. I'm what's called a physician scientist, meaning I do research as well as see patients. And my focus for my entire career thus far has been on myeloproliferative neoplasms, specifically the role of inflammation in MPNs. And I am at the University of California, Irvine in Southern California. So nice to be here today.
Well, thank you so much for joining us and taking the time. Let's talk about the latest developments in the field. What MPN clinical trials are you excited about right now?
So I would say there's a lot of new clinical trials and, in the field for myelofibrosis, which is the most severe form of myeloproliferative neoplasm. There tend to be more clinical trials because that's a patient population I don't want to say that in more need, but do have more need in terms of necessitating better treatments. Drugs that are quite far along in clinical trials, and in order for a drug to make it to market, one needs to go through multiple clinical trials to demonstrate safety as well as efficacy. Things like a BET inhibitor are very promising and moving forward in clinical trials. Other medications for other diseases such as polycythemia vera, not anymore in clinical trials, but excitingly newly FDA approved was ropeg interferon for polycythemia vera. So that's a real exciting development for polycythemia vera patients. And now we have, outside of the context of clinical trials, because I want to talk about what's actually available to patients now, we now have 3 JAK inhibitors available for myelofibrosis patients. And really, since 2011, we had only had 1, and then more recently a second JAK inhibitor, but now we have 3. So now we're moving into an era where we can tailor a specific JAK inhibitor for a specific myelofibrosis patients, depending on what their particular needs are. So I think that that's very promising. And then there are lots of clinical trials combining JAK inhibitors with new drugs.
What do you want to leave MPN patients with relating to clinical trial participation?
I would say that MPN patients today are the key to our future treatments. Without participation in clinical trials today, there's going to be no new drugs for myeloproliferative neoplasm. They're just not going to appear. We need to test them in patients before them actually coming to market and before really knowing whether they work or not. So I would say that the MPN patients today are the key to the future of MPN treatment.